we got standards around here, and they're low, but we got them. So anyway. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Just wanted to go over real quick with you some things that we've done to the truck. I know I haven't been filming much, if any at all, on this truck. Like I've said, I touched on it in an earlier video. It's just a little bit personal for me. I don't know if I'm really going to do a whole lot of filming on this thing, but I do want to keep you up to date on what's going on with it. So I know some of you guys have been seeing some of my other videos, and you'll see the truck in the background, and if you're really paying attention, you'll see some progress being made on it. But anyway, let's get down to what we've got done so far. If you guys follow the channel, then you'll know that the engine is installed and we fired it off earlier this week. The wiring is still kind of messy right now. I need to go in and tidy all that up. Just this ground cable for the motor right here, which is a funny story. If you see my finger right here, it's all messed up, and I'll put a picture of what it actually looked like when this happened. But so when we initially tried to start the truck for the first time, I had just bolted this ground wire up to the block. I didn't really clean it off or anything, and my thinking was, okay, well, the bolt's going to go into the threads, and you know, that'll give it a good enough ground, but it didn't. So we were trying to start the truck, and Wendy said, hey, there's something smoking over here. So I took the air cleaner off, and we got to looking at it, and it wound up being the throttle cable was trying to act like the ground for the engine. So that wasn't going to work. So since that throttle cable has a plastic liner in it, that cable got so hot that it just basically melted the cable to the liner, I guess you'd call it. So guess who gets to replace the throttle cable again? But anyway, that's not the end of that story. So what happens was, I looked at it, I'm like, okay, well, that sure does look hot. I reached over and I grabbed it just like this and it burnt the crap out of my finger. But anyway, sob story, I know, whatever. But anyway, I just got to neaten the wiring up. I've got to replace the throttle cable. And we got the inner fenders painted, got the fenders hung on, got the hood hinges. We got those cleaned up and painted. Got the radiator support installed. Wiring is just everywhere right now. We installed a new painless wiring harness for the truck, and that goes from front to back. Yes, I mean, we replaced everything in the truck. No old wiring in the truck's going to be anywhere, so that's going to be great. I don't have any electrical issues or anything like that. But anyway, I forgot to say this. I did wind up coming back, and I took this ground cable off and I cleaned it up and then reinstalled the bolt, and then the motor fired right up. And I also machined spacers to make all the bracketry work. This stuff did come out of a car that we parted out a long time ago, but that's been probably 20 years ago. Since it's been 20 years, stuff kind of gets shuffled around or whatever, and my dad, he had bought some other motors, so I don't know if some things may have gotten mixed up or whatever. But anyway, I wound up having to machine all new spacers to make all this stuff work and get all the pulleys to line up. So I mean, that was a little bit of a hassle, but I mean, it's all done now. I just got to get belts for it. I am going to put a new alternator on, and I'm probably going to replace that power steering pump because it's old and grungy and dirty, but we might just try to clean it up. Who knows? We'll see what happens.
And that plate we didn't clean up.
Yeah, we need to clean that plate up because it's pretty nasty too.
I started it, but I didn't think we were going to use it.
Yeah, we are. Anyway, so that's where we are in the engine bay. Oh, I forgot. I did install the brand new brake booster and master cylinder, and I got the steering column installed. I wound up having to shorten the steering column because my dad wanted to convert it to power steering. I mean, I guess that's fine because we've got the pump and everything here already. But apparently the power steering box itself is a little bit longer than the than the old manual one was. So anyway, instead of just going out and spending the insane amount of money that people want for these steering columns on these trucks now, I just shortened that one. So I mean, it's going to work fine. But anyway, let's walk around to the back of the truck and we'll show you the bed. So we got the bed picked up from around behind the shop and we got it stuck on the truck, and I had my daughter, her boyfriend, Wendy, which is holding the camera right now, and my sister. We're all here, and we got the bed picked up and put in the shop and sat on the truck, and I immediately filled it up with junk. So anyway, yeah, but we did have to evict some wasps out of this thing because there were quite a few homes that they had built in there. But anyway, I just went to the hardware store and just bought some 1/2-inch carriage bolts, bolted the bed down, so now everything's good and tight. We'll be hanging the tailgate on for too long. I'm gonna take the pressure washer to this bed probably this weekend and get all this gunk off before it starts getting freezing cold outside. So, and at some point my dad bought this F600 instrument cluster, and we'll be using that in the truck too. Kind of looks a lot better than the old sweep style speedometer. And you know, at least we'll have some gauges in here. And some of the earlier videos, you'll notice that there was a big bare spot right here and kind of on the back side of the cab. My dad had got the bead blaster and got a little froggy with it and decided he was going to bead blast the entire truck, and he got that done and a little bit on the back side done, and that's as far as he got, I guess. But anyway, we're not going to paint the truck. I mean, that's just, I don't really I don't really care about that kind of stuff, to be honest with you. But me and Wendy kind of came back in and hit this with some primer, and we got some brush on paint that's, I mean, it's not a perfect match, but I mean, I don't hate it because it kind of goes with the rest of the truck. But we do have to paint a hood because the original hood of this truck is long gone because it had a little bit of rust in it. So we've got another replacement hood that my dad bought, and it's white, but we're going to paint it blue as close as we can to match what's on the truck right now. I mean, you can see this stuff's got runs all in it, and we've tried to sand a lot of the bigger runs out to just kind of make it look, you know, a little nicer. But you know, I don't really care that much about, you know, how shiny the paint is, but I mean, runs do kind of look crappy, don't they? But anyway, I mean, we got standards around here, and they're low, but we got them. So anyway, all right, this truck used to be a 3 on the tree a long time ago, and my dad had actually put a floor shift in this thing. I'm converting it back to a column shift, but it's going to be an automatic transmission. We've gone away from the manual transmission, but so I just kind of did some little tricks and converted this shifter to work the automatic transmission. I mean, I'm not going to have a little Prindle indicator there, but I mean, all you got to do is you really just got to count the detents in the transmission, and you know what gear you're in. Getting back to the wiring, I mean, all the wiring in the truck's been replaced. This is all brand new, painless wiring. Everything is pretty much plug and play. It went in really nice. Got the original radio in, and I replaced one of the cables for the heater control since it was broken. One of the earlier videos I did take the heater core out, but I put the old one back in. My dad said that he had replaced that heater core at one point, so I mean, I'm not too concerned that it's going to leak. I think it'll be just fine. I did replace the firewall insulation, and it looks nice. It's still got a lot of tidying up for the wiring to do. I mean, it's, you know, it's wired up. The truck will start, but you know, it's just, I just need to tidy everything up. I need to put the gauge cluster in here. We did got the original seat and sat back in it. It might look nice with this cover on it, but this whole section right here it's made out of duct tape pretty much. So let's see here. Yeah, look at there. This whole section is made out of duct tape. But yeah, this seat was in pretty rough shape, and I just put some more foam in there and just kind of did some of my own special brand of upholstery. Yeah. So there's that. But I think it'll look all right. Got some new valve covers for the motor. These were just the cheapest ones that Summit had. We'll fold the seat up right here, and this is actually the original gas tank, and it's in really good shape. My dad cleaned it out a long time ago, whenever he started this project, let me say that. Yeah, it's in really good shape. I looked down in there and there's no rust or anything in it. The original pickup tube here, we did replace the filler neck hose, and we replaced the grommet on the outside here. You can't see it in this picture, but we'll get a shot of that here in just a second.
I'm showing the duct tape that we couldn't see earlier.
Hey, oh yeah, you can see some of my fine, oh, it's got duct tape over there too. So this is my fine upholstery work here. Anyway, it'll work. So that's that. What else we got? Oh, we need to look up under it and show you the exhaust. So here's our brand new filler neck grommet with the nice old rusty fill cap. That's right. Oh yeah, patina. It's patina when you're trying to sell it, but when you're trying to buy it, it's just rust. So just keep that in mind, guys. And speaking of the fuel tank, we got new aluminum 3/8 fuel line to run from the tank up to the mechanical pump. We're just using a factory style mechanical pump on this thing because it's going to be plenty for what we're doing here. We're not running any crazy high horsepower numbers or anything, so that's oh yeah. Okay. All right. Looking at the exhaust, it's just very simple. Nothing too drastic about it. We have Hedman ceramic coated headers, long tubes, and they stop right here in front of this cross member. And I bought a pair of Hedman header collector extensions, which has got a nice little bend in them right here to help clear things up under the car or up under the truck. So this is actually some leftover stainless that was left over from the 65 Mustang exhaust that we did. It's like I said, it's very simple. These are the same type mufflers that we used on the Mustang. These are Hooker aero chambers. I love the way these things sound, and they're built like tanks. That's not good for weight savings, but I mean, they are very well built. I've stuck this piece of drive shaft in here into the tail housing of the transmission to make sure I had clearance. I mean, I've got enough clearance here to get my hand in between there, so we're good to go with that. I don't know what I'm going to do as far as tailpipes are concerned. I know I'm not going to run them all the way out to the back. I want to do something as far as turning them down, maybe in front of the rear tire or something. I don't like having exhaust, especially on a truck. I don't like having the exhaust hanging all the way down up under the truck. It just looks tacky as all get out to me, which is why you see that I took the extra time to tuck everything up in between the frame rails to get it up nice and high. So that way when you look at the truck from the side, when it's in a parking lot, you don't see some big ugly exhaust just hanging down up under it. Anyway, I'm going to have to do something with the tailpipe. So the tailpipe is going to be visible somewhere. I mean, I'm not going to cut a hole in the frame rail and run it through there. I mean, I'm not that anal about it, but I do got to figure something out right here, but I will get that figured out eventually. And I know this is going to be hard for you guys to see, but I barely caught it before I got done here, but you can see right here there's a little bit of a gap in the header and the collector. So I'm going to have to take the collector extensions back off, and I'm going to have to grind the header a little bit on the flange or on the belt, whatever. You know what I mean. I might have to grind some of this off so this collector extension will sit flat on there, because I don't want to be riding around a great big old exhaust leak right there. It's the same on both sides. So luckily my dad had the foresight to knock all these rivets out and replace them with bolts, so I can take this cross member out and I don't have to worry about taking the headers all the way back off and, you know, doing all that grinding and fitting and grinding and fitting just to have it not work and have to take them off again. So that's great. So that'll make things a lot easier. All of the steering components are brand new, all Moog stuff, but it's been on here so long that the rubber is just deteriorated. But you know, it's just kind of crazy because it's been sitting inside all this time. But anyway, it is what it is. We did put disc brakes on it a long time ago. These are from like a 73 or 76 or something like that. I do need to run all new hard lines for the brakes. I installed the new shocks, front and rear. Tires. We ordered tires for it. I'm going to be running these stock style steel wheels that my dad put on here a long time ago. These are wheels, I think he got them from, I can't remember who he got them from, Stockton Wheel or somewhere. I can't remember what he said, where he said he got them from. But anyway, these are 15 by 8s on the back, and I think 15 by 7s on the front. Anyway, I haven't measured them, so I don't really know. But we're going to be running the old dog dish hubcaps and beauty bands on it. We ordered new tires. I'm running a 275/60 15 in the back, and I'll be running a 235/60 15 in the front. I think that'll give it a nice, good look to it, a nice stance. So this is what it'll actually look like. It'll, you know, with the hubcap or the dog dish hubcap, whatever you want to call it, poverty caps, whatever everybody calls them. That's going to wind up being on there. Beauty bands, white leather tires. I think it'll look cool, give it kind of a classic look. We've got the new wiring harness run to the back. I need to put some clips on here to hold it, to keep it from flopping around or whatever. Got the remnants of the factory brake lines right here. I will probably use this because it's still in good shape. I'll have to run a new hard line from here up to the residual valve up front, or combination valve, or whatever it is that we've got for this thing. Wiring harness runs up over back here through the factory grommets in the frame rails, and it comes out basically here. I've got all the rest of the harness just kind of thrown up in the back of the truck. This is where the original harness was cut off, and I'm going to be replacing all of the wiring harness. And here is the factory fuel tank pickup tube coming down through the floor. I'm going to run a soft piece of line from here to over to the frame rail, and the 3/8 line that I was talking about, I will attach it to the frame rail and run it up front. And let me show you something that's a little humorous. I installed this new fuel pump a little while back, and I wanted to get the one with the filter on it, and it said it would fit a 460, but I was tightening it down and I heard something pop, and I was like, what is that? But it went on just fine. So I was up under here the other day looking around at something, and I know what that pop was. See right there? Or the fuel pump cracked. So all right, I think that's it, guys. I think I went over everything that we've done so far. I mean, progress has been slow, but it's been moving forward some. I think, like I said, the next thing I want to do is I'm going to clean all this junk out of the bed and roll the truck out, pressure wash the bed off, and get all this loose paint out from the inside of it. So I want to get that done before it gets freezing cold again, because we did have a cold snap a couple of weeks ago, and I don't want to be out there trying to pressure wash anything when it's freezing cold. So anyway, I know that it doesn't seem like I've gotten much done with the truck, but like I said, we are making some progress on it. And again, I don't know if I'm going to be filming much on this thing. I know that after it's on the road, that there will be a lot of filming on it, but for right now, it's still just a personal thing for me to where I just don't feel comfortable filming it, and I'm not going to get into why. I can't get past it. So anyway, the truck will be on the channel soon. Hopefully I'll be filming some of the progress as we go along. But new tires are supposed to be here next Monday and Tuesday. 2 of them are coming in Monday, 2 of them are coming in on Tuesday. And I will most likely be doing a video on the Harbor Freight manual tire mounter mod, which I've done, and some of you guys may have seen it on a previous video where I did put new tires on Ruby. But we'll be doing that again. What?
The field
Anyway. Wendy hates my car. Anyway, what was I saying?
tires video on the mod of the
Mm-hmm.
Harbor Freight tire changer.
Anyway, I know that lately the videos on the channel haven't been the greatest. I mean, the dune buggy videos have been fun, but I mean, some of the other stuff has just been filler content. And luckily, some of my old content has been keeping the channel going. When I finally got monetized for the channel, so I can actually start making a little bit of money at doing this now instead of just spending it all, which it's still not a lot, because I think in the last month and a half, I think I've made 50 bucks, if that. But anyway, that's still something, that's better than nothing anyway. But I just wanted to take a second and really thank you guys. I know there's 2 or 3, maybe 4 or 5 of you out there that actually follow the channel and watch the videos and kind of keep up with what's going on in the shop and whatnot. You guys just have no idea how much I appreciate you tuning in and watching the videos. It's just been great, and I really appreciate you guys coming back and watching the videos. So just know that you're appreciated. But I think I'm going to stop running my mouth now, and we're going to close the video out. And the next time you see this truck, hopefully I'll be putting tires on the wheels. You might not see the truck then, but you'll see the wheels. Anyway, oh God, I'm terrible at this. Once I stop doing this for a little bit, I get terrible at it again. So it's going to have to, I'm going to have to get back into the groove of things, whatever. Anyway, I'll stop rambling on. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. And what? What?
The burp and blowing it out and stuff. Do that
Sorry,
again.
nobody can.
You
Nobody
cut that
can.
out?
Yeah, I'm gonna cut that out.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the magic of editing, babe.